Namaste children. So today we are going to see the third topic. But before that, in the last class what we have learned, we have seen the atomic structure. In the center of the atom, nucleus is there and electrons are revolving around this nucleus. And we also have seen that in nucleus, nucleons are there. What are nucleons? What are nucleons? Protons and neutrons combinedly call it as nucleons. In this chapter we concentrated only for this particular nucleus. So protons and neutrons combinedly call it as mass number. That will be represented like this. This Z represents number of protons and A represents number of protons plus number of neutrons. So if you want to find the number of neutrons, the formula will be A minus Z. So, and nucleus size is also about 10 power minus 15 meters. And we have seen that the radius of the nucleus is equals to R naught into mass number to the power of 1 by 3, and R naught is 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meters. So basing on this we can find out the radius of any nucleus. Now we are going to see Einstein's mass energy equilibrium. He is a very famous scientist, has given the relation between the mass and energy. He proved that mass is like another form of energy and energy can become mass. And very beautiful formula is given, and we are not going for the derivation and all those things. Einstein's mass energy equivalence is equals to E is equals to mc square. E is equals to mc square. What is its importance? Why we are learning this? This particular equation will help us to understand the strongness of the nucleus. Just now we have seen, in nucleus protons and neutrons are closely packed to each other, and protons are positively charged, and though positively charged are not reflecting, but still they are holding together, and all the nucleons are holding together. Something is binding them. How this binding energy has come and how these nucleons are connected to each other, that successfully explained from the equation E is equals to mc square. How we can find the E is equals to mc square and how to we use this one is, first of all we need to calculate the mass defect. So I am not going to go to the any numerical values or numerical example. It's a very simple question. The theoretical and numerical data will be given in the question. So first of all we need to identify mass of the proton, mass of the neutron, and how many protons are there, how many neutrons are there in that particular nucleus we need to identify. What is the first data we need to calculate for the mass defect problem? Mass of one proton and number of protons. Number of protons we can get from the atomic number Z. And we need to see the mass of the neutrons. Mostly these two values will be given in the question itself, the theoretical data. And we have to identify the number of neutrons. Number of neutrons, the formula will be A minus Z. Suppose the formula is given like this: 11 Na23. And this is the mass number and this is the atomic number. If you minus it, 23 minus 11, 12. So how many protons are there in the sodium? It's 12 protons. Like that, we need to calculate the number of protons. That is the first thing we need to do. Now, Z into mass of protons plus A minus Z into mass of neutrons will give the calculated mass of the nucleus. Mass of the nucleus. So actually the mass of the nucleus must be this one. But spectral analysis are showing that actual mass is lesser than this. Actual mass of the nucleus is lesser than the calculated mass. The calculated mass minus actual mass will give the mass defect, and this mass defect generally in AMU we need to convert into million electron volts. This will give the binding energy of the nucleus. If you multiply with 931.5 million electron volts, that how much equivalent energy, that energy we will get. And binding energy by the number of nucleons will give the binding energy per nucleon. This is also very important for us. Binding energy per nucleon. How to the calculated binding energy by the mass number will give the binding energy per nucleon. So this is very simplest question, and we need to understand its importance and steps also. First of all, in the nucleus what are present? Protons and neutrons are present. These protons and neutrons are bound together by some energy. That energy we are calling it as binding energy. This energy has come from mass. This mass converted into energy. Where this mass is there, here we can easily identify. When I calculated the mass, the calculated mass must be this much of value, but actual mass is almost less than the calculated mass. So that difference, what we are calling it as mass defect. Now this mass defect, if I multiply with 931.5, I will get the concerned binding energy. So this energy, this binding energy is responsible for the binding the nucleons. And now if I divide with mass number, then we will get the binding energy per nucleon. Now how to do the problem? In the question, just see first of all what is the information, which element they have given. This is the first thing we need to identify, which element they have given. And second, we need to identify the number of protons and number of neutrons. What we need to identify? Number of protons and number of neutrons. And see this information where they have given the mass of proton and mass of neutron. 99.99% they will give this value in the question. And next we need to calculate, fourth point, we need to calculate the calculated mass of the nucleus. What is that? Number of protons into mass of proton plus number of neutrons into mass of the neutrons. And look at for this actual mass given in the question, and then subtract it. Then we will get the mass defect. The binding energy per nucleon depends upon the question you need to calculate. So follow the steps. Look at the what element, find out number of protons and number of neutrons, and find out mass of proton and mass of neutron. Calculate the calculated mass and look at the actual mass given in the question. Find the difference, that will be the mass defect. So I hope so that you have understood. Now I am going to give some questions which are given in the textbook exercise. Even though the calculated part is little bit problem, but patiently you do those problems, you will be confident and you will get these problems very easily. Thank you very much.